Hi, my name's Nate, aka Silence Caster, and I am an experimental electronic artist out of Vermont, United States. And today we're going to go over sampling using the Digitakt by Electron. It is a sequencer sampler, and over here you see I've got a sketchbook. I originally was a traditional artist, so thinking of samples as collage helps me wrap my head around how they work. And the way they work like Collage is instead of recording everything at once or trying to get a whole song, you can use this Digitakt here to take little pieces of different instruments and build a song out of it, just like you would in Collage. So over here on the sketchbook, you will see instruments as I pull them in. First and foremost, let's plug in a guitar. So you can hear we've already got the guitar coming in. Let's go to our sampling menu. You can see the little meter there showing whenever I hit the guitar, we can set a level for it to start recording. So whenever my guitar hits that amount of volume, it'll start recording for me automatically. Let's get the metronome going. So now we see our sample. It is a small waveform. That's everything we just recorded on the guitar there. And the next step would be to trim it. Now that we have this small recording into the Digitakt, we have the ability to chop any empty space off the beginning. And then we'll do the same with the end. Once we're happy with where it starts, that's a good starting point. And now we'll start trimming the end to get all that extra dead air cut off as well. Let's see. Oh, too far. There we go. Make sure we got it right up against the end of the guitar. That looks good. All right, so now it's trimmed, and we can choose to place it. Well, first we got to name it so we don't lose track of that sample. I'll just name this something simple. There we go. It's saved and named, and now we're going to bring it into our project on track 1. So we've now quickly and easily sampled from an electric guitar. We have a nice short recording here. We can start tweaking it now. So one of the cool things about samples is all the different ways you can alter them once they're recorded. That would be like pitching it up. As you can see, when it gets pitched up, the sample plays through quicker, and it seems like it gets shorter. And the same the opposite direction. You can tune it down, which actually lengthens the sample and makes it play through slower. We can also reverse the sample, which gives us some pretty cool sounds. We can use bit reduction on the sample, which makes it sound very crispy and crunchy and grainy. We can look back at the sample here and do things like low pass filter, which essentially mutes it down to its lowest frequencies and makes it almost sound like it's underwater. We've got reverb to make it sound like it's in a big area. And we've even got delay, which will give it some echoes. And then panning, which allows you to send it to the left and right signal. So you would notice that primarily if you're wearing headphones. And then overdrive, if you have a sound that you need to break through the rest of the sounds and really be loud, you can use overdrive. So now that we've customized our guitar sound a little bit, we can actually start dropping the sample into a playback. So what I'm doing right now is I'm adding triggers. Each of those little buttons is a trigger. And every time it cycles through that trigger that I've activated, we have the sample playback. And using that, along with other samples like drums, vocals, pretty much anything that you can plug into this fun little collage box, will allow you to build really full, really finished sounding songs without the need of a band or a ton of recording equipment, or in my case, the ability to play drums. You can easily make beats and really nice drum tracks just using samples. So here I'm starting to get towards an idea I like. So I'm continuing to sculpt the sound, change the sound a little bit. I'm going through to each one of those individual triggers that we've used and altering it so that we get a little variety in what we're hearing. And here you can see I recorded a second guitar sample to layer over our initial guitar sample. And we start really getting an actual track here. As you can see, all of our collage pieces now are in. We've added in some drums and edited the sounds a bit to add more space, add more variety, add more interest to the sound. So the rest of this, you'll just see me kind of tweaking and jamming out. And that's about it on sampling. I hope you enjoyed this.